Okay, welcome students, welcome again to this next video lecture. So in previous video lecture we discussed about the high context lecture and low context high context culture and low context culture. So we observed that the message in what way the message are coded, and the receiver he takes same messages differently, or different receivers take same messages differently. So little bit we discuss about the high context culture and low context culture. So right now we will discuss about the next part, that is characteristics of high context culture communication. So the characteristics of high context uh, communication is restricted code of intimacy. So this is the first characteristics, that is restricted code of intimacy. So words, when you are depending on the level of intimacy you have with the people, you are sending a message to the words and symptoms collapses and could be shortened depending on how close you are, or very close proximity. Words and sentences will be short, they will collapse. The code that one user signals and is consist of this situation. So depending on this situation, the verbal and non-verbal code will change. Maybe the verbal code will be the same, but the non-verbal code could change, and it could add to the signals that are be transmitted. So the shifting of the code signals is a shifting everything that is followed. So that context is determining, and this of course mentioned by the Bernstein in 1965, cited in 1994, that the shifting of the code signal. So I mean, if shifting of code signal will mean is change in the environment, so it will mean a change in everything else that happens in environment. So the environment is govern governing everything. Okay, so the environment is governing everything. uh, the communication, in low context communication the vocabulary is explicit. You pick the right words, send the words, and done with it. You are highly articulated, and the code is very, very specific. Now, just link let, uh, let us link all of this to what we discussed in one of the earlier sessions, that is Berlow's model of communication. Okay, so we talked about Berlow's SMCR and model. We talked about the context of the sender, the context of the context of the content of the message, the context, the perception of the channel by the sender, the perception of the channel by the receivers. So in high context cultures, what happens is that the context of the sender will determine how the message is created, how the message is transmitted, what channel is pursued to be most of the appropriate and sending the message, how the messages are received, what is the interpretation, how the receiver of the message perceives the and channel that is being used to transmit the message, how the receiver of the message eventually interprets the message based on his or her own intrapersonal and interpersonal environment. That is pretty much what this is. In high contact culture, we place a much greater emphasis on our environments. We say that if my environment is stable, if my environment is in equilibrium, whenever I will say will not make a difference, because of it will viewed in the context, it will viewed in relation to its place in the environment, it will be interpreted in relation to its environment. So the environment becomes a part of what I'm saying in low context culture. Okay, so the environment becomes a part of what I'm saying in low context culture. The environment doesn't play a part in how the message is being sent, doesn't play a part on what the message message completed. It is the how the message is formed, it is the words that found the message, but make a difference to how it is interpreted. The environment is deliberately less behind. you do not, if you take the environment into a consideration, you are not, if not consider appropriate means of communication. So so sender uses, for example, I will give you an example related to business world. Suppose you are a senior manager and you want to print a business card of your own, and you want to give the order to the vendor, or you want to give the order to the relevant person, and you have sent the email. You have done that communication through email, but that receiver have not got that email properly, means he got received that email, but receiver gets the content or gets the meaning differently, and you have mentioned in that email that just after finishing your job card, just inform you, but that receiver gets differently. He gets scared and he physically visited to your office and saying that you have done a complaint against him. So this is the matter of you are giving the order to that person, but that receiver has got that email understood differently, and he visited you differently as you have completed against him. So that is the matter. So that is the perception of the channel can vary with the intrapersonal and interpersonal context of the sender and receiver. If you have sent an email and side by side you also call him, then he might be got that content or message whatever you wanted to send him. So it matters here. So uh, it happens, this interpersonal communication happens, and why such kind of misunderstanding happens. So it is because of that communication, or because of that context, or because of that environment you follow or you use while composing the message or while sending the message. Okay. So here is a link given in this. See, just we observe that Barlow's model of sending sender message, again channel and receiver. So here that link is given. Okay, you may type as it is on YouTube or Gmail and observe this video, in which the conclusion you will get that the interpersonal or intercultural communication varies as person to person, or you will get the idea of what is intercultural communication. Okay. So this link is provided in your NPTEL videos, even you may observe there, and or you will directly type it to your browse and observe the message, observe this video. So uh, again, after watching this video you will get what is mentioned there. As I said before, you will get the idea of what is intercultural communication is. Okay, and how it is formed. Okay. So here is the another uh, video that will show the importance of communication. Okay. So that will show you how and why we really needs to be on the same page as the person designing the message, or how we need really understand the needs of the environment before we assign any messages. So uh, again, now let us discuss why why in knowledge of all these theories of whatever has been talked about is important for you. Some application to corporate interactions, all of these, the knowledge of intercultural communication, the knowledge of high and low context cultures, the understanding of high and low context cultures can be applied to the various functional areas of management. Okay. So our name of subject is business communication. For realizing the concept of communication from the perspective of a business world and corporate world, you must know these all things. Okay. So it is not a, simple subject as you are considering, or you will definitely pass, but you will not score more. Okay, because this subject has been taught to the students of IIT IITs. Okay, and that subject and the syllabus is same subject is prescribed in this university. Even you may get the material on YouTube, or you will get the material on Google. Okay, but whatever material I have collected, that is the authentic here, and I am trying to elaborate here. So yeah, please concentrate on this matter. So what I was discussing here, the subject is business communication, and all content information is relevant to your business world. So let us go to our point. The sum of the areas are so here. The sum of areas are sales depends completely on your knowledge. The first point of your application to corporate interaction is that means the functional areas of management are given. So management is related to your business world. So these functional areas are mentioned in this slide. Okay, so first point is sales. So the sum of the areas are sales depends completely on your knowledge of who you are. Who you are talking to depends completely. Your success as a salesperson depends completely on who you are talking to, what their belief system could be, where could be coming from, how do you recognize their belief systems, how do you align what you send out into your environment, depending on what your belief system are, or what you're trying to sell, who you are trying to sell it, why should somebody else buy it, all of that. So these contents are related to your functional area, that is sales. So while doing these all activities, surely you will communicate. So next area is that marketing and advertising. Definitely the rest on your knowledge of the application of Barlow's model. And this because of world is becoming smaller, it is becoming easy of us to interact with the people from other culture. It is an inevitable, we have to interact with people from other cultures, people belonging to different people having the different sets of the beliefs. So it is absolutely essential for us to getting in touch with them, and we want to advertise our product, we have to pursue them, pursue them, or we have to pursue whatever we are selling. So then we really need to understand where there is coming from, they are coming, what and needs are coming from, what and needs are, what we want to, how they might able to use the product that we are trying to sell. So and so it become absolutely essential for us to find out their mindset. Now you may say human resource. Okay, so another point is that human resources another area. This says people are moving, this says that people are moving out of the comfort zone, they moving out of their towns, cities, they moving to other parts of the country, to other parts of the world to for a job study. So every good, not good, but every big organization is a sort of, many organization, I would not say every, but many organizations are very now expanding into functional and geographical areas, uh, are there never been into the for or and because of this lots of people are coming from different area, lots of people are joining the different offices from different areas. So mobility is very high these days in India and all over the world. And people, human resources really need to know how to interact with people, how to understand their needs, how to respond to their needs, how to align the policies of the organization therein with the needs of the different employees, with the expectations of the different employees, how to match the expectations of employees with the expectations of the organization. That their part of it is essential. And understanding organization behavior, that is organized culture, is very important part. So it is a very important aspect of organization effectiveness. And it is absolutely essentially to understand how a organization are functioning. And because of that, because of the mobility, because of the diversity in organization, it has become essential to sort of match, to understand where people are coming from, to understand their needs and to respond to them. So knowledge of intercultural communication very essential here. Okay, so next area is that finance is in other areas, especially mergers and acquisition. So organization that taking over each other, they're merging with others for corporate benefits, and when that happens, organization culture changes. When two organizations merges, organization culture changes, and when that happens, the organization go through transaction, and it's very essential for organization to understand how the employee deal with each other, how things sort of happens with each other. Operations, again depending on what industries it is, you might need some knowledge of intercultural communication, but it pretty much applicable to any organization where you people coming with a different mindset, maybe with a different similar goals. Okay, you may have a similar goal, but we may have different mindset. But if there, as Dr. Hall put it, it all depends on their notion of the environment, their relationship with their environment. It's the man environment transaction, believes about the man environment transaction, that really governing how comfortable a person feels in his or her personal or even professional lives. We may say that, order to third professional, I have to keep my emotions on the side. That is not really the case. So it depends on which culture you're part of, where you are coming from, and how is it easy it is or how difficult it is for you to do that. So in information technology, we are interacting with people from different backgrounds, interacting people with the from different catering to the IT needs, different catering to the IT needs of different people. So from different people from different backgrounds, so all of that requires in and all is intercultural communication strategy. Strategy means being able to connect dot, being able to look at the future of the organization, and for that knowledge of all of these functional areas is very important. So your knowledge how these functional areas interact with each other, depend on each other, is very very important. So it becomes essential for you to understand how intercultural communication plays a role all of these things. So application of next point is the application of intercultural uh, communication. Just to observe the application to corporate interactions, and right now this slide says application to different industries. So application of intercultural communication, different industries, we have the product service continue, uh, uh, industries we have the product service continue. We will discuss more about the next class, but it can be applied to service industries, uh, which includes hospitality, health, tourism, education, after sales services, big industries that is coming up in a big way. In the developing countries, in countries where labor is cheap, I mean, after sales services outsource, then those people have to interact with people who are living in low context cultures, and the sort of created to their needs is to become very essential combination of the for example about medical value travel, combined hospitality, health and tourism, and all. So all these into one, and you really need to know how to interact with people from different backgrounds in order to be successful in all of these industries. So and as I mentioned last time, we are going to the same slide this time. Bottom line, that is bottom line here is that all of this is dynamic. bottom lies Bottom line here is all of this is constantly changing. All these things, all these things are constantly influencing each other, and you have to recognize the differences if you want to be successful as an intercultural communicator or as a communicator. So in an intercultural environment, then it is essential that you recognize the reason that make you difference from the other person in our environment, and the essential to the similar coming from your environment. That is pretty much what you can do. You cannot really have patch that of says of and you know spend this much time, or you have is 10 stop. You will follow these 10 steps, 10 steps, and you would be nobody can match that. You just have to recognize what is coming from your environment, and be attentive and respond to it to be an effective communicator. Now for next class, we are going to think about, or you just think about whatever been discussed, and we will take it up from there in the next class. So whatever we discussed in these previous video lectures about this intercultural communication, just think about it, and on the basis of that previous knowledge, or on the basis of these previous videos, we are going to move forward. So till then, thank you and have a good day.